Hello, it's Sam Green, and this is the first ever episode of My Broke Ass Kitchen, Quarantine Edition. The world's going crazy right now, and here I am, trapped in my house, social distancing, and for the past couple of years, a friend of mine have been talking about me starting some, ghetto YouTube cooking show because I cook, according to her and other friends, banging ass food. And I don't use the best ingredients in the world. Most of my stuff comes from the dollar store and Aldi's and clearance and farmers markets. And I just want to show you guys that you don't need to be on MasterChef to learn how to be a good cook for yourself and your family. A lot of the food I'm about to show you how to cook is mostly home style cooking. It's not necessarily food I would serve in a restaurant. There's a lot of it's my creations and my inventions and stuff, and it's not common restaurant. Like, I wouldn't want to go to a restaurant and spend $30 for a plate of what I'm cooking because most of it is farmers market and dollar store ingredients and stuff. But I want to show you the way I do things, and I'm trying to kill time during this damn social distancing quarantine shit, and I'm not working anyway. And my last job made me a little bougie. I had so much money I didn't know what to do with. So I was doing stuff like ordering top cut meats, ordering out all the time, buying brand name shit, full price shit. And I kind of lost my being poor cooking ways. So when all this quarantine shit blows over, I'm just going to go back to being a server or bartender. So I need to learn how to be frugal again. And I figure what better way to get back into being frugal than during a quarantine where I can't find work even if I wanted to. So, and I figured I might as well share a little bit of my knowledge with you, and hopefully you can get a laugh or take one of my recipes with you or take just a little bit of advice, because cooking is not hard and it doesn't have to be expensive. You don't need brand name knives and you don't need brand name pots and pans and stuff. You can get stuff from the dollar store. You can get stuff from the thrift store or Goodwill. Cooking doesn't have to be expensive. You don't need a high-end Cuisinart, even though that would be wonderful. You don't need that. You just need basic ingredients, basic tools, and you can make some banging ass, broke ass food. So let's go through the basics of what I find necessary and what I always keep on hand for my cooking. Alright folks, this is my tiny ass, broke ass kitchen. Alright. I don't ever use the microwave, toaster, oven, or toaster, so that's why that shit's all in front of it. Strainer, garbage, broom, mop, sink, soap, cleaning products, paper towels, and dishes are up there. Now, I live in a 300 square foot apartment, so space is limited. It's a tiny, broke-ass kitchen. Comes complete with an oven that has 2 settings, on and off. So there won't be much cake baking or dessert making in this kitchen. It's mostly food that can be cooked on heating temperatures that are on and off. Only 2 burners in my broke-ass kitchen work, but I've learned to adapt. So now some of the ingredients that are necessary for broke-ass cooking. Because we want to season our food here, folks. Seasoning don't have calories in it. We want to season our food. Come on, white people. Get it together. Alright. So, some ingredients that are necessary for broke-ass cooking. Milk, chopped minced garlic, red wine vinegar, margarine and or butter, Parmesan cheese, some kind of barbecue sauce, ranch is necessary, ketchup, mayo, yellow mustard, salt, oregano, garlic pepper, ground cinnamon. I always use a little bit of basil, sugar, brown sugar, black pepper, that's another thing is salt, garlic powder, most important, Onion powder, most important. Crushed red pepper and or some kind of other spice, most important. Lemon pepper, pretty important. Eggs, half of those will go in the garbage, not so important. I always keep a little bit of soy sauce on hand and a little bit of vanilla extract on hand. So these are some of the ingredients you need, most of which don't have to be brand name, and most of the seasonings you can just get from the dollar store. Dollar store, dollar store, dollar store, dollar store. $1.29 at Food Town. Dollar store. All dollar store. Yeah, it doesn't have to be expensive. After all, it is Broke Ass Kitchen. But just because we're broke, don't mean we can't add flavor to our food. And now, these are my broke ass cooking utensils. Cheap pots and pans set from Target. Dollar store strainer. Chinese Tupperware. Always save your Chinese Tupperware. I've probably rewashed this shit about 100 times. And look at it. Still clean. Still usable. It's not sitting in a landfill. In fact, I got plenty more where that came from. Oof. I gotta use the quarantine to organize that shit. Look at there. Cutting board. Dollar store. Dollar store. This, I don't know where I got all this silverware. Dollar store. Dollar store. Dollar store. Dollar store. The knife was $15 for the two. They suck. That's why you always need to have a sharpener. You don't need a shitload of tools to make good food. Most of my 99% of the cooking I do comes with what you see before you, and utilize the crock pot a lot. That's it. Doesn't have to be complicated. Doesn't have to be simple. Most of this you could find in a thrift store in really good condition. But what you see here maybe was $60 tops. And yeah, doesn't have to be complicated, folks. Not complicated at all. And a mixing bowl. Bam. Dollar store. It's roasting a banging ass, broke ass chicken. So you need a little baking pan. I live alone, so I have a small one. And you need a baking sheet. That's really all I use. I always keep a couple rags on hand. They're in the laundry right now, so I don't have them to show you. And during the quarantine, paper towels are scarce, so I've been... And I love paper towels. But I'm just hanging and drying the paper towels I have. I'm not normally that broke. But gotta be frugal with paper towels at the moment, as I've went to 3 stores in the past 2 days to get... I've been away hiking for a while, so I didn't expect to be back so soon, so I had to go out and get food and necessities and stuff to cook with. So, yeah, paper towels are really scarce right now. Toilet paper is still findable, but paper towels are gone. I'm gonna be going old grandma style and ripping up some old shirts for rags, I think, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. So on today's episode, the first ever episode of my Broke Ass Kitchen Quarantine Edition, I decided to roast a turkey. Not a turkey, a chicken. A roaster chicken. Because the price of chicken breast has gone up exponentially, unless it's just at the one store I work at. The chicken breast was just like 4 pounds for $12 or something. I don't know the breakdown. And I'm not going to go over too much of the math aspect in this because I'm only eating for one. If you're feeding a family, obviously it's going to be different and stuff. So I'll cover it a little bit, but it's mostly just about my dumbass cooking food. But the roaster chicken, valuable broke ass food. That is a 9-pound roaster chicken, and I paid $10 for it. So it's a little less than $1 a pound. And that is going to make about 7 meals for me. Alright, now I'm fat, so let's see. No, it's probably, okay, it's going to make about 5 meals for me. Takes a little effort. You know, you have to pick it apart and separate the meat. Some of the meat on it will be mixer meat. Some of it will be good edible white meat. You know, they have 2 breasts, so you have 2 breasts. The dark meat you could use in soups, stews, whatever. And then there's like bone meat that you could just mix it, make a good chicken salad out of. Yeah, that meat is, possibilities are endless. Today, as soon as this cools off, we'll be picking this bad boy clean. To season this roasted chicken, all I did was I cut a few slits in the skin, shoved a few cubes of butter up in the slits, and then seasoned with onion powder, garlic powder, crushed red pepper, because I like to eat the skin and it's a little heat. It's a nice little snack, even though the skin's bad for you. We're broke. It don't matter. You know, you walk it off, exercise that shit off. You know, we're all unemployed right now, so, you know, we have lots of time on our hands. Well, not all of us. And those of you that are still working, thank you very much. Like the people that sold me this chicken. Anyway, so yeah, a little onion powder, garlic powder, crushed red pepper, a little butter in the skin. I don't do anything on the outside of the skin besides the seasonings. A little salt, pepper. I have these spicy honey, or just any honey or syrup. Sometimes right before it's done, I'll glaze it. That's if I'm going to eat it alone. Yeah, a little honey, little even maple syrup, some Aunt Jemima's. Bam, on that. Adds a little nice honey kick to it, nice little sweet kick to it. This oven sucks. It's either on or off. There's no temperature setting on it. So basically, I just cook all my meat till it's done. Not well done, not burnt. I've been here long enough to know, doing this long enough to know if meat is done or not. My meat thermometer took a shit. I need to get one of those ASAP. You can't get those from the dollar store or anything, but you probably wouldn't want one from the dollar store. Meat thermometer is crucial. I didn't have one to show you. It fell, it broke, and I didn't trust it anymore. But normally when you cook a chicken, 165 degrees is what you want this bad boy to be. And let's see. Yeah, she's still juicy. She's still done. She ain't pink. She ain't gooey. Let's take a little peek down in her titty real quick. Look at that skin. Listen to that skin crunch. Yep, meat is done. The meat is not pink. We are good to go with this bad boy. Now when it's not 500 degrees, I'll pick her clean. A little of that beautifully seasoned chicken skin. God damn, I impressed myself. Simple ingredients create such a thing. That's a great thing. When you put the butter and the slits in it, as it cooks, the juices drip down to the bottom, so it kind of marinates the chicken as it cooks. I'm gonna bang one more before you go. Oh my God. Anyway, that's gonna be a good chicken right there. I'll tell you what. Ooh, Lord. That's why I'm skinny. Excuse me, skinny. God, wishful thinking. That's why I'm fat. Because of stuff like this. But broke times call for broke measures, and I can't afford that boneless, nice white meat. That's why I gotta hike a lot in this social distancing, coronavirus apocalypse. Anyway, we'll pick this baby clean as soon as it's not hot. When cooking a roaster chicken, always save the juice. The juice is very valuable. You can make some ghetto chicken noodle soup. Just add some celery, carrots, any vegetables you want. A little bit of water, mix with that, some salt, pepper. Throw in your favorite noodle and the chicken. Bam, ghetto chicken noodle soup. In my case, I'll be adding this to a little bit of split pea soup I'll be making in a few days. And I'm going to add it to my ghetto jambalaya that I'm going to show you how to make in the next video. When dismantling the chicken, you want to get set up. You start with the plate for the good meat, the bone meat, and then the good dark meat, and then a cup for the bones, and cutting board optional, fork, knife. Now you want to start with the valuable meats, the breasts, the good dark meat, and then the rest is the bone meat you want to pick off. And now what you're left with is 2 succulent breasts. Now remember, in all this with picking, there might be bones. That is why you need to get your hands dirty and feel for the bones. You don't want to be slurping on some soup and have a bone get lodged in your damn throat. So, and it takes a little work. Now we have to pick through all of this and separate the meat. And remember, if you don't have gloves, you can always wash your damn hands. Now these succulent breasts, they'll be used for your salads, and that's about it. And later in the week, we will be making ghetto salad out of this, which I'll show you. It's always a hit with all the people I make it for, all just like two friends of mine, you know. But because once this cools, it could be cubed, it could be sliced, it could be done whatever you want. Or you could shred it, throw some barbecue sauce in it, bang, have your good self some pulled chicken, white meat pulled chicken, I guess. I don't know, but I use it mostly for my salads. So now it's time for the essential dark meat chicken. This is your legs, your bones. This is what you're going to put in. I mean, you can put all this shit in anything you want. This is just my OCD breakdown of it. The dark meat chicken I could use for salads. I use it for hot cooking. So like I'll stir fry some vegetables with garlic, butter, Parmesan, and this dark meat chicken. You could use any of this for anything you want. I just consider it the good dark meat chicken. So I like to keep it separate from the scraps and shit that might have bones in it and stuff and whatever. And I like this chicken because as you pull it off the bone, it's plumper. Let me see. Let me focus here. Oh, there are you, camera. It's plumper and yeah. And it tastes good. It tastes good. But I don't want to mix it with my really nice meat chicken because, you know, here we're trying to make nice stuff here. We're not trying to make like shitty ghetto food, you know. We want to make like some really good ghetto food here. Anyway, like the wing, pull that part off, and you just want to get in there, pick the bones out, pick it clean. You want to get all that little cartilage out of there. Vegans tune out now, you know, but I don't know. It takes a little effort, but I'm gonna show you all the shit you could do with it. This is if you're like living alone and you like chicken and you're in quarantine or you're just trying to save some money, it takes a little bit more effort, takes a little more time, but it's good. It's good cooking. Look at that. Let's see. Look how juicy and nice that meat is. It's going to make some really nice recipes. I even put the skin in. This will be used in the stir fry that we are going to make in our next video. Excuse me, did I say stir fry? It's not stir fry. It is ghetto jambalaya, my friends. Yes, I'm going crazy and I'm putting chicken in that motherfucker. Later in the week, too, I'll be using some of this chicken for a recipe I like to call, I guess in Pennsylvania it's called halushki. I don't know what it's really called, but it's just like onion, fried cabbage, delicious, almost burnt goodness. But I'm going to add some chicken to that, too, because now I have the chicken. And it's only and it's only going to last a couple days, so that's why I cooked it first, so I could utilize it all first. And let's see, keep picking, we're almost there. Down to the final two pieces, and bam, look at all that meat right there. That's about a pound of meat right there, a pound of dinner, pound of cheap. Took a little work. My hands aren't even that dirty. But again, you could wash them. Delicious, delicious, delicious. Now I'm going to be honest with you. This part of the chicken, I'm not even going to film trying to pick. But there's meat everywhere on this thing. You flip this bad boy upside down, there is another 1.5 pounds of meat, 2 pounds of meat on there. Every single little bone you got. In between each and every little rib. Now that's your crap dark meat right there. It's delicious too. It tastes like chicken, but it takes some work to pick through. You could pick meat out of each individual little rib here. All the meat on this bone, yeah, it's probably another 1.5 pounds, 2 pounds, if not more. I wish I had a scale because I'd weigh all this to show you. When you buy a roaster chicken like this, only about a pound of it is actual bone. And yeah, all right, let's get to it. Now it took about 10 minutes tops. That's all the bone meat. The broth. There was more broth than that, but I dumped some. And a cup of bones. That was once the chicken. And all this meat, and my camera is pissing me off today because the bitch won't focus for some reason. We'll go back all the way back here. All that meat for, you're probably saving about, those alone would be like $5 or $6 in the grocery store at the moment. And all this shit would be just thrown in the chicken salad you're gonna eat anyway. If you eat those like sides of chicken salad or anything like that, that's all it is. For no effort. Or minimal effort. About 10-15 minutes tops. And about 2.5 hours of cooking. So that's about it. It doesn't take too much effort. Alright. Okay, maybe it took a little bit of effort. But think about all the money you're going to save just for a little bit more time spent. You put it in the oven for 2.5 hours, and if your oven isn't ghetto like mine, you could set it to the proper temperature. And if your kitchen wasn't ghetto like mine, you'd probably have a meat thermometer, which would speed up the process a little bit. But, 2 hours in the oven, pull that baby out, let it cool, 10-15 minutes to pick it clean, and I have all that meat. That's going to make me 3.5 meals, plus the skin, plus it was a little bit of a treat for the dog when I was picking the stuff off. So maybe you want to call it like 4 meals, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, so in the next few days, I'm going to make some delicious food for y'all to watch me eat, and probably Kelly. And tomorrow we're going to be making ghetto jambalaya. Stay tuned. It's going to be great. If you made it this far in the video, thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Thank you, and have a wonderful quarantined night. I was going to show you how I prepare the chicken, but I thought about this shit halfway while I was cooking at the laundromat, and I thought, okay, whatever. Yeah. But next chicken, if I ever do a video like this again, I'll show you how to prep it. All right.